We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Happy holidays, darlings. Yes, it is that time of year when all these little Debbie cakes be coming out, you know, with the Christmas tree, when all the candies, all the M&Ms, they change over to something, you know, they change over to red and green M&Ms, you know, all the little candy corns, you know, they change the colors, the little Hershey Kisses, you know, that little commercial, ding, 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 you know, they turn them into bells. Whew. Y'all know that commercial, classic commercial, when Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, all them things start coming on. I'm probably gonna miss it because I'm always at work. But you know, just classics starting to come out. We love Christmas time. It's cold as hell here in South Carolina. But you know, it is what it is. You know, it's Christmas time. Happy holidays! Most at Christmas time. Feel like I'm getting sick. I don't want to speak that into my life. But I just woke up and I'm gonna go back to sleep. But I feel like I'm getting sick because my throat was on fire when I got up. So I was just like, oh great. Right in time for Christmas. Chase gets sick. So great. Okay. Real Housewives of Atlanta. Ooh, Lord, my feet hurt, child. It's just, I'm breaking up, child. I'm breaking up. Y'all pray for me. Okay, so the girls are in San Francisco. And it left off from last week. Now, last week, Portia and Nene had got into it real bad. And Nene's wig was finna fall off. Well, at least the bun, you know, the little bun was just falling out. You know, it looked like a tail on a dog, child, on a Cocker Spaniel. You know, it was just coming down, and you know, she was finna turn into Sindel from Mortal Kombat and get Portia's ass and whip that hair, child, and yank her up to Jesus. But luckily, she did not do that. And you know, so the girls are pulling Nene back and getting her off of her, yada to the yada. So all the girls, they ended up going with Nene to like the elevator, and then she was talking. You know, Candy giving her 2 cents. She was just like, you know what? Because at first Nene made it seem like that she was mad at Portia about her and Portia's own issue. But then she turned it into a Candy issue as well. You did that to Candy, yada to the yada. So Candy was just like, I'm never gonna be friends with her again like I was before. And so I was just like, oh Lord, okay. So the only person that stayed back with Portia was the person who started the argument in the first place, the legendary, the iconic bone collector herself, Sheree Whitfield. So they're sitting back, and Portia was just like, you know, Nene wants you to kiss her ass, and you know, she want, you know, you to put on her shoes, and she wants you to fix her wig. The hell, it was falling off anyway. I hollered. I hit the floor. Portia had some funny moments in this episode. She did. Okay, so that's pretty much it. Let's see. So we get to the next day. All the girls get on the trolley, and all the girls include Marlo, Kenya, Sheree, Nene, Cynthia, Candy, and Portia. It just seems so weird that Phaedra was not there. You know, she's been a part of this show for so long. It just seems so weird. But, you know, mark my words, Phaedra will be back soon. I ain't even worried about it. She'll probably come back next season or season 12. If it is a season 12, my God. I think it could be a season 12 of Real Housewives of Atlanta. They're going to have to do something, though, to change it. I don't know, but we've gotten so used to these girls. It's just like we're invested so much into now. I don't know if I have the energy to meet new people or even care to meet new people. I wouldn't mind meeting somebody that I already know, because there's talks of Eva being on the show. So you know, I don't really like Eva. I've met her one time, and I'll tell you that story maybe one day. But you know, I don't mind her on TV or whatever. And she's definitely says Shady, so she'll be great on these kind of shows. But you know, that's somebody I already know. If it's somebody that we already know, then I don't mind seeing them on the Housewives of Atlanta. But if it's a brand new person, I don't have the energy. I don't. Is that weird? Let's talk in the comments. Who would y'all like to see? Let's say it was a season 12 of Real Housewives of Atlanta, or 13 or whatever. Because there's definitely going to be a season 11, no doubt. Who would y'all like to see? Any former cast members you would like to come back, etc.? Let's talk in the comments. Okay, so anyway, all the girls are on the trolley. Kenya, you know, she started to talk about her grandmother. I believe she was the one that was like put in charge to take care of the funeral and that whole thing. Because she's probably the one with the most, you know, money, to be honest, possibility. So, you know, she's kind of, you know, was put in charge of that role, I believe. If not, you know, I apologize. So, you know, she talks about her grandmother. She shows them a picture. And then Portia, she starts to get emotional. We find out that Portia recently lost her uncle. And I'm assuming it's her mom's brother, I'm assuming. Maybe it was her dad's brother. I don't know. I know her dad had been, you know, passed away. Anyway, so she gets up and leaves and goes sits, and it was just like, what's wrong with Portia? And so Cynthia, she gets up and sat down with Portia, and it was just like, Cynthia was like, well, why did I get up to check on Portia? She was like, because I'm not that heartless, and I'm not petty and stuff, and you know, Cynthia's boring, and Cynthia's this, and Cynthia's that, and a follower, and an ass kisser, and all this kind of stuff. She's been labeled all these things in the past. And there's some truth to all of them, in a sense. However, one thing that Cynthia is she always tried to take the high road. She always tried to be mature about situations. And at the end of the day, Cynthia Bailey is a beautiful person inside and out. And I have nothing but respect for her when it comes to that. You know, I don't think she's a weak person at all. She just don't handle situations the way that your hood rat ass would handle them, you know. And sometimes you gotta take it there. You know, she gave Portia that good king foot. What foot she gave her? She gave Portia that good king foot, you know. That good old nasty kick she gave him. And you know, we know Cynthia Bailey Kangaroo Jack. We know that. But you know, I appreciate her for just, you know, being a decent person and not being so heartless and shady and messy like the other girls. That gets old after a while. It's just like, come on, girl. How long you gonna stay mad at somebody? Candy. How long you gonna stay mad at Tamika and Latasha? Just in case y'all didn't know, I did go to the Great Escape Tour. I went there. I did. It was beautiful time. Shouts out to Charlotte, North Carolina. So anyway, so Cynthia goes over to talk to her. You know, she tells her the whole situation. She was just like, you know, it's just a lot. And I imagine it's rough being on the trip with girls that you don't like. Or boys that you don't like, and you know they don't like you. So it's just like, why am I here this whole time? They're being shady, they're throwing little jabs, they sniggering in the corner. You know, of course you're not in on the joke because you are the joke. Low key, but they're not just gonna say, you know, just being. It's so high school. I can't. I told you my feet hurt and I'm breaking down. I ain't got time for the foolishness. So anyway, Portia ended up walking back. And did they say anything to Portia, child? I don't even think they said nothing to Portia about the whole thing. So anyway, the girls split up in groups. We had Marlo, Sheree, and Portia. And we had Kenya, Candy, Cynthia, and Nene in a group. And you know, one thing that Marlo was definitely playing devil's advocate this episode. Because one minute she was cool and sweet and nice, like when she said that y'all are being a little extra mean to Portia. Even though Portia do deserve a lot of that. But, she on the show with y'all. I mean, what you gonna do? And I just wouldn't. I don't know how I would handle it. It's just an awkward situation. It really, really is. But we all know Candy Bird's hold grudges. I'm just saying, 20-year grudges. I mean, not that she don't have every right to feel the way she wants to feel. She does. But it's just how long you gonna be mad. That's all. Ain't nobody killed nobody. Ain't nobody shot no dogs. Ain't nobody ran over nobody's grandma. So how long you gonna be mad? Like, I don't know. So anyway, let's see. So they split up in groups, and so we had, like I said, Nene, Cynthia, Kenya, and Candy, and they're talking, and somehow or another they get on Sheree's relationship. Now Nene's being messy in this episode, extra messy. And she got irritated earlier when Cynthia went to go talk to Portia to see if she was okay. If Nene's mad at somebody, she want you to be mad at her too as her friend. If she is against somebody, she want the whole group to be against that person. That's just so, oh my God. I know people like that. It's just like, would you get over yourself, sis? Please. Just because you hate them, I ain't gotta hate them. They ain't did nothing to me. But even if they did do something to me, I wouldn't, hate them, to that extent, unless they did something super, super crazy. But most people, it's not that. It's just, mostly petty stuff. But still, I wouldn't hate them if we got into it. I wouldn't hate them because you hate them. I would hate them for my own personal reasons. It wouldn't have nothing to do with you, sis. Mess. Oh yes. But there I got back a few hours ago. So anyway, Nene started getting on Sheree's relationship. Now Sheree had admitted, even though we found out, earlier before the season started, thanks to the blogs, we have found out that Sheree is into conjugal visits to the penitentiary system. Yep. She be doing what she got to do to get through that guard. And then she pooch on to her man who's in the cell. So Needy, she was just being extra, and Sheree has an interest in tasting men, and they asked why he was in jail, and she was just like, he's a con artist, he's a scammer, been knowing Tyrone a long time. It might be that same Tyrone Erykah Badu was talking about, child. But you can't use my phone. So, she was just like, yeah, I've been knowing him for a long time. And, he's a con artist. And, they asked, Candy asked, have you ever conned him? Have you ever conned you? She was like, hell no, I'm too smart for that. And, then Candy also asked, them, I hope he don't con Sheree out of Chateau Sheree. And Kenya was just like, oh, well, she has to own it first. Her name's not on it. I was like, they really need to stop and let that lady find love. Leave that lady alone. So, meanwhile, on the other side of the group, they, where are they? They're in Chinatown, I believe. So they're talking, and Marlo's bright idea, she decides to have a wedding party for Kenya. I'm just like, Marlo, I guess these girls are really feeling some kind of way about not being invited to her wedding. I mean, it is weird, the whole situation. But, I mean, gives a shit. But, Marlo was just being messy anyway in general. That was her excuse. So Marlo was just like, yeah, we're going to have a wedding, yada, yada. So we get to the whole wedding party. They all dress up in their nice clothes. Nene's going to be the, what do you call it, the officier of the wedding, the pastor, whatever, reading the vows. And I was just like, oh, Lord, this is going to be a hot mess. So, they did not tell Cynthia what they were doing because it was just like, Cynthia could possibly tell her, spoil the fun, and, she's all up in Kenya's behind. So, let's not tell Kenya, because they know that Cynthia's Kenya's real friend. So they're not going to tell Cynthia. And they know Cynthia ain't going to be up with no mess when it comes to Kenya. In which I just pray that whole situation don't go wrong for Cynthia. Because she's a very, gentle soul. And I just hope that as much as Cynthia ride out for Kenya, that Kenya ride out for Cynthia the same way. I truly do hope that. But we'll see. We'll see. I do think I really do like them as friends, though. But I just pray that when it comes time for Kenya to stick up for Cynthia, that she go just as hard, and not just agree with the rest of the group or whatever they're saying about Cynthia. Y'all know what I'm saying? Okay. So they called up Cynthia and Kenya, child, and before they got down there, they set up the whole thing. They called this audience in, these random people on the street to come in. They gave them all teddy bears to throw at Kenya, little dogs. They had the little dogs, King and Twirl. They had her little dogs up there, just to be watching out, as the family, as the kids and stuff. She take them little dogs there, them little Yorkies. And they set up, Marlo told Candy, he's coming, Mark Daly, he's coming. And Candy was just like, well, I didn't know he was coming. We've never met him before. And so then Marlo pulls out this cardboard box of the husband, and it's a question mark on her forehead. It was funny. I ain't gonna lie. I laughed. I chuckled a lot in this episode because they was just tripping me out. But I was just like, oh my gosh, it was so messy. But luckily Kenya came in. She was happy. I think that she was putting on the front. She didn't want to blow up and show out like that in front of them. So she was just like, okay, let me just play this card. Let me just, play this as a joke. And then it was over with. Portia had to hold the man up. Candy saying smart stuff the whole time in her confessionals when it comes to Portia. So after that, they're all talking and laughing and seemingly had a good time. But I believe Kenya was putting on the act. I believe Kenya was a little bit annoyed, but she just didn't show it. Because I think I would have been. I'm like, because somebody has genuine intentions because you know them and when they have shady intentions. And like, come on, coming from Marlo. All right. Speaking of Marlo, she went on Sister Circle, and apparently she has like this foundation or something, and she still didn't. Apparently, she gets a check from being on Bravo, but she still didn't fully explain why she don't have a peach. Who knows? So anyway, so they're all talking, and Portia pulls Candy off to the side, and she was just like, you know what, Candy? I apologize. I apologize for my part and everything. Well, no, she didn't say that. She said that I know that you were hurt by things, but I just do want to apologize. I don't think she said the my part. And so I was just like, but same thing. And Candy was just like, okay. I mean, it is what it is. They was just, she was just very, she don't want to let it go. I told you, Candy held on a 20-year beef, child. That's the Scott sisters of Escape. And so I was just like, okay. Portia it's really is messed up what Portia did. But in this situation, with folks like Candy, you just have to let them find their own way. You can only apologize so much, because then you're just starting to waste your breath, and you're starting to annoy them, and you're starting to feel stupid on the inside. It's just like they're not going to accept. You have to let them, accept it in their own time. And hopefully she will. It'll probably be what's this year? 2017? Okay. So it'll probably be 2037 by the time she forgives you, Portia, but it'll be alright. But, to Candy's credit, a little side note, Candy sung Down at the Escape concert. Candy sung down. Come a little bit closer. I was like, sing Burris Tucker. And then she came out, take your time and work me slowly. Work it, work it. Y'all tell me in the comments also, what's some of y'all favorite Escape songs that they did not put out as single? So what's some of your favorite album filler Escape songs? Okay, y'all tell me that, and you know, I'll give a shout out or whatever. Two that I can think of right now off the top of my head is Work Me Slowly. Let's see. Softest Place on Earth. All I Need. Okay. I can think of anything else right now. At this so nasty moment. Hard to say goodbye, I believe. But y'all tell me some of y'all favorite Escape album filler songs. Yeah. It was a blessing. It was an amazing concert seeing those legends out there, and it was my first concert, so yeah. Anyway, I can talk crap and still respect, somebody and their craft. So, they let it go, yada yada. So, moving on from that, the next day, so they go on a train ride. Portia says she made the mistake of going to pee before she sat down, and so the only seat that was available was sitting with Candy and Kenya, and we know that she's had the most issues with those two out of all the girls in the group, or at least the most fresh issues or whatever. So they sit down. Portia, it's just awkward sitting down and talking to people that you don't really fool with, and they don't really fool with you. It's just like, please, Lord, please get us off this thing. So Portia started to talk about the fact that she's a vegan, and how she had gained weight, and Candy was just like, yeah, you did get a little chunky. So after that, and mind you, y'all, it's not like I'm taking up for Portia, in a sense, but I do like all of them in general. I feel like they have good qualities, but what Portia did was really messed up. But I'm just all about being fair. I give it to people when I need to, and I take it back when I need to. I give compliments when I need to, and I read when I need to. That's all. I'm just being fair in this situation, and just giving my opinion on the whole take. So anyway, so they're doing that. So any opportunity that Candy gets to throw a little jab at Portia, she will, because she's still hurt by it. Obviously, I told you it's gonna be 2037, child, when she forgive you, Portia Williams. So I think Candy got up, and Kenya started talking about her husband. Mark likes this, Mark like that, Mark like this, Mark like that, yada yada. Portia, she was just like, to Candy when she got back, she was just like, I'm so glad that you and your group got back together, which is a lie. She don't care about Candy get back with her group. Girl, bye. Because remember at the reunion last year when Candy was just like, she's getting back with her group, Phaedra and Portia both looked at each other like, being shady. So I'm like, girl, okay, she just keep trying to suck up the Candy, and I'm just like, I would just let it go. Once I apologize to you at least 2 or 3 times, I'm done. You might not even get 2 or 3 times. If I really care about you, I give you 2 or 3 times. But if I don't, I'll give you 1 time, and it's gonna be real heartfelt with flowers and candy. And if you throw the candies away and tear up the flowers, then I ain't got nothing to say to you no more. So after that, what else happened? When she said that to Candy was just like, well, I'm not gonna give you any tickets to my show. I'm just like, ugh. So Portia and Kenya, they started to talk, and they was just like, you know what, I just, that's my thing with me. It's just forgiveness and taking accountability, yada to the yada. Kenya, she was just like, Portia, I just don't think that you get it. Like, when people have issues with you, I don't think that you fully, like, comprehend it and understand it as to what's going on. So, Kenya, there might be hope for Kenya and Portia to be associates, like, working on friends. There might be hope. There's really no reason for Kenya and Portia to ever get into it ever again anymore about anything. Because it's all done. Like, it's all... The only thing they can do is just bring up old stuff. And who wants to do that but Candy? Okay. So basically where the girls was going, it was going to stump grapes with their sour feet. Marlo had on this Beyonce hold up dress, you know, that she wore in the video. I was like, Lord, that damn Marlo. So they meet some guy, he's flirting with them, and oh, such beautiful women, yada to the yada, hugging them and stuff, and then they find out he's married, and Portia was just, and he was flirting, and, you know, still trying to flirt. Portia was like, continue with the trip, child, I holler. So, you know, they go great stomping, and they actually seem to bond and have fun. And I think that when they were stomping grapes, it seemed like, Candy, she was kind of letting down her guard a little bit when it comes to Portia. Slowly but surely, Candy might come around. It's still going to be 2037, excuse me, when she finally forgives Portia Williams. But, you know, she's coming around. So, after that, they had this little dinner scene. This was probably the shadiest part. This was definitely when Marlo was playing devil's advocate. Because she was being shady towards Kenya when she was around Sheree and Portia, two people that have had issues with Kenya as well. So she was in a safe zone. But when it's the whole group, she acts like she's cool with Kenya, likes Kenya. But then on Sister Circle, she talking about she still don't understand why she's blocked from Kenya. Because Kenya probably saw this episode and it's just like, poor Marlo, please. People know when there are people that are genuinely happy for them, and you're not genuinely happy for Kenya. Probably most of y'all ain't. I mean, you know, she's done a lot, so a part of me understands. But it's just like, come on now, what you expect? What do you expect? So they sat down and had a conversation. All the girls are in this really dark restaurant. It's nice though, but it's really like eerie, like voodoo-ish. I don't know. It's like a place where they do tarot card readings and all that. So Marlo, she was just like, you know what? Kenya had left because she had to go, you know, be with her, you know, go bury her grandmother and stuff. Rest in peace to her grandmama. So they're all sitting down at the table. Sheree decides to tell the group that Candy was on the cover of Essence. So congratulations, Candy. She's very excited to be on the cover of Essence by herself. She repeated that like 6 times in the Essence episode where she took the photo shoot. You know. So anyway, and yes, that was shade towards Escape. Yes, it was. That she threw towards them. So anyway, let's see. So after that, Candy talked to the girls about how her and Todd was in New York and how you know, they was gonna stop by Kenya's husband restaurant, and Candy was just like, I'm not going in there. You know, she didn't want it to be, you know, awkward or whatever. And so they started to talk about that. Marlo was just like, okay, let's play a game, child. And she was just like, you're Cynthia, you're her best friend. Don't you think it's weird that she wasn't invited to the wedding? And you know, that she's hiding him from all of us and yada to the yada. And Cynthia was just like, look, Cynthia's a loner. Like, that's not her life. Like, she was the only child for a while until her younger brother, I believe, came along. Or whatever, like, that's not, you know, Cynthia's life, and she's had a hard life. She's not going to parade her husband around the internet like y'all would do, and all that kind of stuff. And Marlo, you know, she just kept digging and digging and digging, Then Marlo was just like, let's play a game. Who thinks that Kenya Moore is really married? Cynthia didn't like that, so she got up and left. It was just like, what's really going on with Cynthia? Like, and Nene was just like, child, if Kenya say jump, it's how high. I remember when Kenya was feeling some kind of way about Nene and Cynthia getting back friends because Nene had did Cynthia, said that, her and Nene wasn't friends, and y'all know during that time that Nene said that Peter need to stop acting like a bitch and all that. And they fell out after that. Y'all said Cynthia's okay. She don't really bring nothing to the show. They played the clip. So it was definitely a time when Kenya was irritated with Cynthia because she got back. It's like she fell back into that mold. And I wonder how Cynthia's gonna feel about Nene now, since she's kind of shading her and Kenya's relationship. But Nene's just low-key jealous anyway, and that's why she puts on this facade like she's this and that and this and that. And she is awesome, and she's done a lot, with being on the show, and congratulations to her. So I do like Nene. I think she's funny, but she's just extra messy and shady and a little jealous at times, which is not cute on anybody. Fix it. So, she said that, and then Nene got up and left, and she's like, well, Cynthia, what's wrong with you? What's going on? She was just like, I just don't want to hear nothing, bad about Kenya. She done been through a lot, yada yada. But then Marlo, she brought up an interesting point, devil's advocate. She was just like, I was mad at you, Cynthia. Cynthia had got back to the table. She said, Cynthia, I was mad at you, but then I realized maybe she is upset about the fact that she wasn't even invited to the wedding, and they're supposed to be best friends. And Candace, she was just like, yeah, and I wasn't invited to the wedding too, and me and Kenya are really cool, so. It is a very weird situation. I would definitely have my best friend at my wedding, without a doubt. That he's not getting married no time soon, darling. But I'm just saying. But a part of me really do understands why she kept him such a secret. And when it comes to men on the show, Kenya's had the worst luck in Housewives history. So, now she finally found real love, and she wants to keep it and hold it close to her heart, and which I understand, so, allegedly she might be pregnant now, allegedly, so we'll see. But everybody deserves love, and she's 46, and she's finally found love, and I just pray that it works out, because, she's been abandoned and left to fend for herself and all that. That's why she has that hard shell and stuff. So hopefully this just works out with this dude, and I pray, because she's going to be really broken if it doesn't. So, like I said earlier, I just hope that Kenya is just as good of a friend to Cynthia as Cynthia is to her. That's all. I don't want to see Cynthia get hurt. But yeah, and then Cynthia, she agreed. She was just like, I would have liked to go to the wedding. We're going to see next episode that she's going to confront Kenya with the information. She's going to be like, I would have liked an invitation to the wedding, but Kenya didn't even have her own daddy there at the wedding. If she ain't going to have her own daddy there, why would you get an invitation as the friend when she don't even have her family members there? So I mean, it is a weird situation, but a part of me do understand that she's in the public eye. He don't want to be, and what do you choose? Do you choose fame or do you choose love? And she chose love, and you can't blame that woman for that. So I don't know. It was just a mess. But Marlo, don't be shocked while you're blocked, sis. You would still be blocked too if I saw you. If we were cool, but Kenya was probably waiting because she knew it was coming because Marlo's shady. And Marlo gave her that more ammo on this episode because she shaded her the whole time to just keep her on that block list. I enjoy the block list. I ain't got time. I told y'all I'm getting older. My body feel like it's damn 40. Working all these hours. I'm tired. You ever just been tired? I'm tired. With that said, Mr. Chalaki. Can't pop like I used to. My mouth dry. Mr. Chalaco, Google Plus. Follow me at ItsKingsWorld, Instagram and Twitter. At ItsKingsWorld89 on Snapchat, Chasing on Facebook, and all that good stuff. All my social media moments will always be in the bar below. Follow me, be my friend in the show Mar Bar, and all that stuff. Let's chat in the comment section. I love you guys so much. Bye bye.